Hi, hope you're all very well. I'm going to go through a quick workshop with you today, and it's just to go over some little stamps that my sister has brought out. I wanted to show you what you could potentially do with them in clay. So here are some of the stamps here, so you can just sort of see them. So just a rubber stamp, flexible rubber stamp, and I'm going to use them to push into some porcelain. So you've got little glasses, there's a little key. So this comes in a nice little sort of collection. Little watermark. My favourite one is this one here, which is the writing. So I'm going to maybe sort of use this one today and just show you what you can potentially sort of do. So we're going to make a really nice, quick little tea light holder. So I'm going to be using paper porcelain to do so. So this is my paper porcelain, we're just going to roll out. So I've got a cloth that I'm working on as well. And you can sort of use just like a sheet, or if you've got any old bedding, cut that up and use that. A pillowcase works the same as well. So I'm just going to roll this out. So I've got my rolling pin, I'm going to roll towards and roll back. And then just keep the clay moving, because I don't want to have it attach itself to the actual cloth itself, so keep moving. So you want this reasonably thin as well, because it's going to be a tea light holder and it's done out of porcelain. What we want to do is actually to get that to sort of shine through. It's rather bright, isn't it? So keep it moving. I've got a couple of little air pockets in there, so I'm just pinning them out. So you can see that we're just starting to get quite sort of thin here. Oh, didn't want to do that. Right, and to tell how thin my slab is, if I just give it a little cut down the side, I can then tell what the depth of my piece of clay is. So a little bit more, just a tiny bit more, not much more. Right, lovely. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of these stampers and press that into the surface. So the template that we're working towards is this here. So it's basically just going to make up a box. And the idea is when we've done it in the clay, we're just going to pull the sides up, push those together, and then that will give us a box. So I'm going to show you one that I've made already. So this one here is one that I've just made. And you can see the imprint of the letters in the surface. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this and print. It needs to go upside down, so that way there, on the clay itself. There we go. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a roll over, because I like it when the letters are being ever so slightly distorted and pushed into the clay a little bit more. I'm going to do something about this middle bit by using this one here. So it's that one there. Just going to place that to the middle and roll that in. And then what you should have is something like that. So can you just see all the lovely textures pushed into the clay? Look at that, that's lovely. So we're going to take our template, which is this one here, which is the square, and I'm just going to lay that over the top, like so. And I'm just going to cut round. Make sure my knife is nice and clean. Once I've done that, just remove all the little bits of porcelain out of the way, because I can use those later on. And what I've got is that shape there. So I'm now going to flip that over. So again, I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to make it into a box. So I want to very gently just tease this off the blanket, because remember our clay is really quite thin. Very gently lay down, reposition, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way around the box. So what I want to do is I want to now just bring up this part here and get these two to meet. And as they meet, I'm just going to just pinch the top, hold, and then just very gently just pinch that together, and that will hold whilst I put the rest of it together. So again, bring up the side, just turn it towards you, bring up the side, give it a pinch at the top, pinch down at the bottom, pinch here and pinch here, just to hold. We'll bring up the last one. Again, pinch, 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 pinch at the top, pinch, down at the bottom, pinch again. Turn it around, pull that together, pinch. Now, this is particularly thin, but it will hold itself because it's paper porcelain, which is really, really sturdy and beautiful when it's fired. So I'm just emphasising that little crimp that I've put in, just making sure that that's all really nicely together as well. Now if you wanted to do it slightly thicker and actually have it so it's completely and utterly sort of sharp up and down edges, you can do that as well with your knife. That's absolutely fine. It's just I quite like it to be on the little bit rustic side. So again, just pinching that together, I'll straighten out the sides. Now this needs a little bit of time to dry, and then I can do a little bit more sort of shaping, a little bit more sort of finishing. But pretty much that is our tea light. And I'm just going to just run a paintbrush with some water just up on the inside. I'm not going to put little sausages on the inside because I don't need to. And I don't need to slip on this either because the clay knits together so well. It's a fantastic clay, if I'm honest. So I'm just pulling it together on the inside. again, just give it another little pinch just to finish off. And there we go. So we've got our lovely little tea light, as you can still see there, with the textures all on the surface, and then we've also got it on the base as well, like so. Okay, and that's all done by these little stampers that you can see here that my sister's just designed and made and had made up, and they're going to be selling on Wednesday. Sorry, they're going to be selling on Wednesday through Creative Craft, I think it is. But if you look up Crafty as a Fox and go to craftykelly.co.uk, you'll be able to find out more information about the tools and the different things that she's made. So she makes these really for making your own cards, but I've had a go at using them on my ceramics and they work beautifully. So again, could be an extra tool that you could use for your ceramics if you're a ceramic maker. Something to consider. These little sort of rubber sort of stamps, which have just been designed by Crafty as a Fox and Kelly Jordan. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed our little workshop today. So you can make some little tea lights, and then once these have been fired, I simply just give them a fire up to its highest temperature. Don't tend to put any glaze in, and then what will happen is it will come out like so, and then we just put a little lamp inside, and then what will happen is where I've got the presses, this will shine up with a bit of light for it. Okay, well, take care of yourselves and hopefully see you again. Bye.